Yeah.
Good. Hey, I'm practicing your city is Nha Trang, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because some foreigners say Nha Trang and it should be Nha Trang. Nha Trang. Hey, Ellis is here. How are you, Ellis?
About you.
Thank you for joining our class. It'll be a different kind of challenge, but I think you and Ryoko and others can do this work in academic writing level number 3. I saw your work on those exams, entrance exams. You all did very nice work. They're just different styles, and I did small changes. We'll talk about more of that in just a few minutes. Right now, we're just going to say hello to everybody. How are you today, Alice? What did you do on Sunday in Ho Chi Minh City?
Mm, I just do my homework
Yeah,
because it is kind of we have a big exam
yeah. What's the exam in?
uh the midterm exam
Hmm.
for next week.
Hmm. Okay. So Pham said, I'm sorry, I have to keep my mic off, and I'll say, that's fine, Pham. So Pham will listen to us today. That's fine. Okay. So Ellis, what's the most difficult subject, do you think?
Uh Literature.
Oh, literature. Interesting. Is it Vietnamese, European, American, Japanese?
Oh, it's Vietnamese. It's kind of hard.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're studying it. Vietnamese has some great literature. I've seen it in some cinema where they talk about Vietnamese literature, and I was impressed. It sounds very sophisticated and really nice. All right. Hey, by the way, Ellis, did you get new glasses?
Yes.
Yes, I noticed. You have nice glasses. You look intelligent. You always were intelligent, but now you look more intelligent. Okay.
My old glasses are broken.
Oh no. Are these the same kind of glasses, or did they get stronger for you?
Mm, these new glasses are stronger.
Yeah, I thought so. They look a little stronger. Mine are too. So I have to be careful. I think we're getting all weak eyes from too much internet, right? Hey, Elvin is here. Elvin is on our debate class. He joined today. Elvin, how are you? Good to see you again.
Very nice.
How are you? Today you have a full day studying. Did you enjoy that debate class?
Yeah, I really did.
Yeah, aren't some of those
And
students really funny? Really interesting.
you
Yeah, but they also have intelligent comments, I think. Yeah. All right, Alvin, thanks for joining both classes. Hey, Tintin, how are you? Tintin,
I've
Tintin, did you get my note in German?
no, actually, no.
Oh,
I have,
I left some comparisons in German and English for you about using gerunds or infinitives. Germans use to study, to write. American English is studying and writing, right? So you have a little more flexibility in English, but in German, zu lesen, zu studieren, you have to use zu for two. So you mix the two in your test, but I wrote you a special message, Tintin. It's no big deal because you're learning both English and German at the same time, right?
thanks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay. So if I
learn-
see it in your writing, I'll just, make a note of it. All right, Tintin's working on his microphone. An, Fuang, nice to see you. An, are you here? An from Hanoi. Hello, An. Oh, working on that? Okay. Working on some microphones here. How about Kuang Tan Nguyen? Are you here?
Uh,
Yeah,
Hi, Brenda. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. How are you today?
Oh, I'm good. How about you?
Pretty good. I taught the morning debate class and see some of my students here, so it's always nice to see students repeat at nighttime. They're hardworking students. So what city do you live in, Kuang?
I live in Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay. How's the weather today?
It's a very nice
Yeah.
days and nice weather.
Okay. Hey, Kuang, are you
Yeah.
a secondary or college student or after college?
Of course, I'm a graduate. I'm the spirit students.
Yeah. I saw your writing was good. Who is Tom? Mr. Tom. Can you say hello to Kuang? We're talking to Kuang from Ho Chi Minh City. Tom, you are you Hanoi person or are you Ho Chi Minh City, Tom? I forget.
Oh, I'm a Nha Trang. Wait, let me fix my name.
Okay, yeah, you use strange characters. I don't understand that, Tom. Tom,
Let
it's
me-
stylish, but I can't quite understand it. It looks like Vietnamese characters on English letters.
Oh, it's some type of glitch.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
glitch. It's a
Yeah.
glitch. So,
I-
Tom, are you excited about advanced academic writing 3?
Yeah, I like that.
I think you can do it. John from Hanoi can do it. Tim from Hanoi, because you guys never make mistakes in your writing. Ellis too. You guys are always like perfect, and Tintin. So I think you're ready for a bigger challenge, don't you? All right, but I promise I'll help you as much as I can. How about Le Timai? Am I spelling that right? Le Timai? Le Timai Le from Duong. Are you there? If I mispronounce your
Yeah.
name, I'm sorry. Yeah, how are you?
My name is my full name is Dương Thị Mỹ Lệ. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not yet rename my name on Zoom.
Uh-huh. What should I call you? It's a long name. Shall I call you Tim?
You just call name Lê. That's
Lei,
okay.
Yeah, Lei's good. Lei. All right. Hey, Lei, what city are you in?
I'm lecturer in university.
Okay.
My major is interdisciplinary science.
It's veterinary science?
Interdisciplinary
Oh,
science.
I'm sorry. They said veterinary. Interdisciplinary science. Okay, very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I noticed on the practice test, some of you already have excellent skills for advanced writing. So my message to the younger students is follow the adult writing. They don't make mistakes. They're very good at what they do. And they should model your writing, right?
I get it. Thanks.
Yeah, you get that, Tom? Okay, so you have to promise, like, Lei is a lecturer. Look at her writing and learn from her, okay? Now, it's okay.
No, it's not right because I'm good at reading, but
Oh,
not
yeah.
good at writing. Yeah.
Well,
So
Lei, if you
Yeah.
want, you can submit writing, as part of your writing project. You can say, Brendan, can you check this for me? And I will help you with actual work that needs help on, because I'm a very fast proofreader. And so I worked for a lot of businesses where I have to work fast. So you can put anything by me, Lei, for me to check.
yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. It's no problem. It's part of the full service. One thing I don't help is the younger students with their homework, right, Tom? I would never do your homework for you, right? No, okay. Is the student Uyen here? Uyen, I liked seeing your test. I checked your test. Uyen? Yeah. Uyen, are you okay?
Hello, teacher.
Yeah. How are you, Uyen?
I'm fine.
Yeah. How was Sunday in Ho Chi Minh City?
It's sunny.
Yeah. Oh, chilly. Okay. When you say chilly, Uyen, what temperature? 25 degrees, 20 degrees, 30?
20 degree.
Oh, 20, yeah. So that's a big drop from 35 this summer. So it got chilly. Ha ha ha. Okay. Yeah, Hiroshima, where I live, also got a little bit warm today, but it's starting to rain. So, all right. We have Tra Nguyen. I checked your work. Excellent work, Tra. Are you there from Hanoi?
No,
There's no Tra? Nguyen, you're from Ho Chi Minh City, but Tra, are you from Hanoi, Tra? Is there? Tra, did you come? Is Mr. Tra here? Oh, Tra says my throat is not good today. So, all right, chat box is okay, Tra. Tra, I checked your work. You had some really nice corrections in your writing. Excellent work. I was impressed. I put some of the examples in today's work. And so we'll see. For the starting assignment today, well, the starting unit today, there were about 5 students whose work I used as an example to help us with our first lesson. I see Tung is here from Beijing. Hello, Tung.
Wait.
Nice to meet you, Tung.
Or just a Vietnamese living in Beijing?
Yeah, it's possible. A student or a business worker, Tom? A good question. It's possible, Tom. Okay. Let's see. Tung, are you here? Waiting for Tung's microphone to go on. All right. Tung, if you can join us. Oh, we have Tao from Chengdu. All right. Are you here, Tao?
Yeah, he's an
Did I-
information.
Did I pronounce your name all right? Tao and Tung. All right. Tao, check your
Yes.
microphone. Are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Can you
nice
hear
to
me?
meet you. Yeah, now I hear you. Excellent work on your exam, your entrance exam, Tao. I
Thank
was
you.
impressed. You had some really nice corrections. And so these corrections help all the students because today we'll start with the some of the samples of things I saw in the writing, and we'll go to those in just 2 minutes. I'm just saying hello to everybody first. How is the weather in Chengdu? It's 20 degrees in Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City. What's it like in Chengdu?
It's a little bit cold. The temperature is decreased under, I think, 50 50. I think. I'm not sure.
So is that
But I
with
feel
rain
cold.
or cold? Yeah, that's a big drop.
Yeah.
50 Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah.
It's like my hometown, Chicago. Yeah. Except it's getting warmer in Chicago because that hurricane came and it pushed all the warm air. Tung also said, sorry, microphone is broken. Can I use the chat box? Tung, yes, of course you can use the chat box. All right. And let's see, is Lam here? I want to say hello to one more person, Lam. Are you here, Lam?
Yes. Hello, teacher.
How are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
Pretty good. I'm in Hiroshima and the day was pretty good, but I stayed inside all day preparing for tonight's lesson, so I couldn't enjoy some nice weather. Finally, it's a little cooler. It was a very hot summer. Yeah. So, all right. And what city are you in, Lam?
I'm living in Hanoi.
Okay. How's the weather up north in Hanoi?
Well, it's quite hot today, and I sweat a lot because I have to go out to do some work.
Oh, okay. Now, do you guys, everybody know the word microclimate? It seems that Vietnam has microclimates. Do you know this word, microclimates?
Microclimate.
Microclimates. It
Is
means
like
that
climates using the microphone or something?
no, it's reverse. Microclimate means there are small localized climates in one country. Like California has several different cities that are north, middle, and south. So they have microclimates. It might be quite cool in San Francisco, but actually very hot in Los Angeles.
Oh, I get it.
So isn't that true of Vietnam, where Hanoi is actually warmer than Ho Chi Minh City? So you guys have microclimates. Again, because you're on the ocean, this happens, right? You also have highlands in Vietnam where they grow coffee. So you definitely have microclimates. Yeah.
Oh my God, I was scared.
We're so afraid of that word micro. Vile, are you here?
Break.
Tom always makes me laugh, everybody. Vile, are you here? Vital in Ho Chi Minh City. Are you here, Vile? Let me try one more time, just to check the microphones for today. Vile. Oh, okay, I don't see Vile. Listen, I'm going to get today's lesson ready for you with my self-introduction and what we're going to do for today. So one moment, please. It is, did I write basic writing 3 on here? That should not be basic writing. This is academic writing. Okay. So some of my students from Sunday night know who I am. They have met me before. But I'll give an introduction. I have new pictures that I took just last week to introduce me, and you can see my wife for the first time, some of you. I don't think, Tom, you've ever seen a picture of my wife?
No, sorry.
Well, here we go. You'll get to see my wife. There's Brendan, the teacher. There's my wife, Makiko, and there's my mother-in-law, Sachiko. Now, I'm going to turn that mic off. You're singing and going crazy. The reason why my wife is wearing a gown, formal, is she's an opera singer. She's a soprano singer. and she had a big concert with her old friend Seiko in the ruby red dress. Seiko plays the piano, and my wife sings Italian opera, and it was a wonderful.
Teacher,
Yes,
is your wife Asian?
yeah, she's Japanese. So is my mother-in-law. Whoa, Tom, I thought you knew that. All
I get it.
All right,
I
all right. So, Tom, you're so talkative today. Can you read this for me here?
welcome to base. Wait, this is a
I know I have to change that. That's a terrible
welcome to
mistake.
advanced writing.
Yes,
My name
academic.
my name is Brendan McGowan. I'm an American and English composition and debate teacher over 32 years of teaching and proofreading experience. Although my hometown is Chicago, Illinois, in the USA, I have lived in Hiroshima, Japan about 28 years with my wife Makiko, who is Japanese. I have taken 1 year break from Japan to teach in Taiwan, Korea, Switzerland, Saudi Arabia, and back in Chicago. As I pursue new methods in teaching, I also get to meet students and career professionals from all over the world. And most importantly, I have been honored to hear their personal stories. There are many interesting stories to share once we get to know people. This is my wife, who's an opera singer, soprano, with our 82-year-old Japanese mother,
Sachiko.
I'm bad at making Japanese.
So there's Sachiko, there's Makiko, there's Brendan, and this is another. This is Seiko. They're all co.
Soprano.
All right. So this is my hometown, Chicago. Somebody said this was CGI, that they don't think the moon and the buildings and the train all go together perfectly like this. And I'm beginning to think they're right. It almost looks too computer perfect, you guys. But that train is called CTA. Yeah. Let's see. Let's ask Elvin. Elvin speaks excellent English. Elvin, do you have elevated trains in cities like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, where the train is up above the city? Is Mr. Elvin there?
Actually, I don't live in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, so I really don't know miles a day.
Oh, okay. Let's ask Vi. Vi, in Ho Chi Minh City, is there a below ground train or street level or elevated train? What do you think? We could ask Vi that question. Hey, Vi, what do you think? Is the train elevated in Ho Chi Minh City, or is it at street level or below the ground subway system?
Today in Ho Chi Minh, so cloudy from the afternoon until now.
Oh, okay. But do you have the trains? Are the trains up above the ground?
You mean I have train to go other?
Yeah, for local city, not city to city, but local city.
Sometime I have train to go around, like Nha Trang or Đà Lạt or Hanoi. Yeah.
Okay, so those are city to city trains. Chicago's trains are above ground and below ground. So other cities like in Japan and London, they also use that system. The train goes above ground, then it goes underground. A lot of cities do that. So that's what Chicago did. Now listen, the students always say, you are from Hiroshima. Can you show us the bomb? And I didn't want to put a picture of the bomb. Look, Tom is laughing at that. The reason, it's just too violent. I don't want to show only the bombed Hiroshima. So I put the nice picture of Miyajima. It's an old shrine that this island here was so magic that regular people couldn't go to that island. They were forbidden to go there. But after World War II, anybody can go to this island, and it's really beautiful. It's called Miyajima, and it has this famous gateway arch and these famous temple buildings, and the ocean comes right into the temples. So if you come to Hiroshima, I hope you can see Miyajima Island. It looks really beautiful in October, November, are really wonderful times to go. Yes. Okay. Yes. Question, please.
What is this place again? I forgot, sir.
Here?
Yes, Japan.
Miyajima in Hiroshima Bay.
Oh,
so you
Miyajima.
Yeah, you know
right,
Miyajima?
I see this.
Tom, you know, wait a minute. Tom, wait a minute. Do you know Miyajima, Tom?
Oh, I just know the name. I just know.
that's-
I guess. Oh my God! I don't know what to talk now.
All right, it's Miyajima. Okay, so
Yeah.
all
Okay.
right. All right, let's skip. Let's move on. Nice to see you, Kevin. I didn't say hello to you. How are you, Kevin? Kevin from Ho Chi Minh City. Kevin, are you there? Nice to meet you. Oh, the microphone. You have to turn on the
Oh,
mic.
okay. So I'm so sorry.
It's okay. How are you
Hi,
today?
brothers. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Kevin, what's your background? Are you a worker, a college person, a lecturer? What do
I'm a
you do?
lecturer at Ho Chi Minh University of Bora, and I am currently as a PhD candidate at the Thomas Patsa University in Saling, Czech
good.
Republic.
Yeah.
So I would like to join with this course because I would like to improve my writing skill.
Yes.
So and I missed some course from you. There's two course because I'm very busy with my work. So this is the time I do it and I join with you.
All
this
right,
course.
Kevin, I promise I'll work hard. And there was another lecturer also. So I said, if you want to give me any proofreading you can, I can quickly check it for you. I did that for the National University in Ho Chi Minh City's Business College about 5 months ago. I really enjoyed it. My thing is I can work really fast. So I don't have
Yes.
AI brain. AI brain.
Yes.
So I recently had a high school reunion and I couldn't join, but I talked to my old friends in Chicago. One of my old friends in high school always says that I have a photographic memory. So he talked to our friend who was a neurosurgeon, and he's kind of a famous brain surgeon in America. And he said, yeah, you're right. Brendan teacher really does have a photographic memory. He remembered from 40 years ago. So I mention this to you guys because with a photographic memory, I can remember students' writing style. For example, Ellis, our student Ellis 11 in Ho Chi Minh City, has a really wonderful, distinct writing style. So as soon as I see a paper, I know that it's Ellis's, or I know that it's Tom's. And it's not just the subject. Some students like to write about chess. The chess is so popular with primary students in Vietnam. So I know, of course, if they're talking about chess, that it's maybe Tom or Tim or John.
No, I'm chess. I don't like it.
Tom, you don't like it? So it's Naka and the 3 students in our old Sunday night class love chess. So it's not just the subject, it's the way they write that helps me identify the content. Now let's see, I have Tao Nguyen. I'm not sure if Tao was one of the people with the speaking. Let me check the chat because some people said, all right, laughing at a Tom comment that Chicago looks like all AI. Thank you for your opinion, Tom. Looking for, okay, I think the microphone is okay for this person. It is Nguyen Tao's response. And this was on the test. And I can see that Tao followed the Chicago, my hometown, or the APA, the American Psychiatric Association. Stylistic manuals were preferred in the use of however. The way Tao used however, I can see that this student is using this style. So Tao wrote on her test, Tao, are you here?
Yes.
Oh, can you read your response to this one? It was really good.
Numerous students struggle with writing, however, they exhibit fewer help-seeking behaviors and consequently feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, and so that was for students writing for homework, I believe, and the pressures of homework. Tao, you use the British spelling, and that's fine for my class because I work with both British students and British teachers. So this behavior spelling is okay. And then this, however, is the American style, Tao, so that's really good. Our student Tintin lives in Germany. Tintin, you use the European style, which looks like this. Tintin, I'll show you. Tintin,
Yeah.
do you remember doing this? Is fine, Tintin, because I noticed when I took my master's course in Europe that this was how the professor wanted me to write it. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's fine to do, Tintin. So I will accept both ways in this class. Just be careful. It depends if you go to a master's program. Ask your professor what style they want. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, and next, behaviors with the OURS. Now, this is an interesting side note here. And Tom read for us. Elvin, you're a wonderful reader. Can you read this for us? Because you read really well in today's
Okay.
debate class.
Did you know Noah Webster, who institutionalized
Yes.
many of American specific spellings we find today around the world, did not create the spelling for words such as color, harbor, or behavior. Many people assume he did, but he found these spelling in source such as Shakespeare from 300 years previous to the
1800s.
1800, and he liked the simplicity of such spelling.
Yeah, many people think Noah Webster, who lived in Boston, where Harvard University is, they thought he created these words, and that's not true. He really loved old books like Shakespeare, so he had a lot of power at Harvard University and Boston in general. And he said, let's go back to these Shakespeare style writing styles because they're easier to understand, right? So he's the person who created these spellings. And then the British stayed with the OURS for like behavior, that style. But we can accept both of those in this class. It's no big problem. Okay, let's see. Tra, I think, was having problems speaking today. So let's see if we could have somebody read it. I want to talk to as many students as I can. Uyen, would you like to read this thing here?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Can you read the blue box here?
Another way the use, however, is demonstrated by Cha used the use, however, in this manner. However, critics argue that such a diet may not be accessible to everyone due to its cost and the lack of availability in some regions.
Yeah, that was the vegetarian diet that they talked about in your test question today. And so try use this. This is used mostly in Europe, but they're beginning to accept it. You begin a sentence with however, comma, and this is a great transition word. So tonight's lesson is on transition words. And so that's why I included this however here, because it's a great way to lead into however. What I wrote here, I was impressed by this response to an entrance exam question because European academics often begin sentences with however. Only recently have Americans begun to accept this stylistic difference. When I was in high school 44 long years ago, this usage was generally discouraged, but it is perfectly acceptable to use in our class. So you guys, you can use however as starting a sentence for a great transition. By all means, please do it. It's a good idea. Okay. Let me go down the list and find more student helpers. Ellis, you raised your hand. Hello, Ellis.
The next part.
Absolutely. Ellis, can you read this here? This two paragraph, these two paragraphs. Tom, let her read.
For students who find grammar difficult, even painful, my advice for you is to read through your classmates' work. There are some very strong grammar practitioners in this class, evident in your exam responses. A great way to improve is to model your work on the work of others to raise their level of ability or competence.
Yeah.
Think of the process as quality checking your work.
Yes.
I mentioned the use of however in the first part of class because today we are going to cover sentence cohesion with conjunction and transitional work. As I mentioned previously, several of you are very strong in this area. Let's take a look at some examples from the test so everyone can become more familiar with how these transition words operate in effective writing.
Yeah, so here we go. Here are two acceptable basic uses of conjunctions. If you are writing a long thesis paper, sometimes creating sophisticated transitional words and conjunctions may begin to frustrate you if you are working closely with the work in long, stress-producing sessions late at night. It might be easier to use some quick and easy conjunctions, such as these provided by Tao Huang Nguyen. Let's see, Tao, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
Oh, can you read your example? It's excellent, really good. And I'll try to put, how about if we just keep reading these? So here's
Yeah.
Tao's work.
The study was published, but it has received less attention. The only improvement I would make is the study was published, but it has not received all that much attention.
Yeah, I would just extend that a little bit, Tao, with the study was published, but it has received less attention. You mean to say it did not receive much attention? So I changed that a little bit to the study was published, comma, but it has not received all that much attention. Is a wonderful thing to write. Nice work, Tao. Okay, this is, I believe this is maybe Tintin. I don't know if this is yours, but can you just read this?
She enjoys reading books about science. She also likes to write about technology. She prefers reading books and technology-related writing. The use of and here is a quick and easy conjunction to simplify things for yourself and your readers. This is a good use of and. This particular response from the test was not correct, and we'll keep it as anonymous. The study was published. It didn't receive much attention.
Yeah, Tintin, can you read this too?
I just read it.
The blue part.
No, I'm wrong. Yeah. The study was published because it didn't receive much attention. Because here should be replaced by although. The study was published although it did not receive much attention. Also, break apart contractions for academic writing. We should write it did not receive much attention.
Yeah, thanks, Tintin. It sounds good. So this would be take out the because. It's not really correct here. It's a little bit awkward. The study was published because it didn't receive much attention. It doesn't make much sense. It's better to say, although the study was published, it did not receive much attention. Okay, so I like that one best. All right, here's an example of very good use of transition word from Lam, who lives in Hanoi. Lam, are you here?
Yes.
Lam, I really like this. Can you read this one here?
But I think that is not my example.
Oh, it's not yours, Lam.
Yeah,
Would you
I
like
think
to
you
take
need to
credit?
use one.
You didn't use additionally?
No, I don't.
Oh my gosh. Would you like to read it anyway?
Okay. Additionally, renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power can help reduce our reliance on fossil fuels.
Yeah. So they use the transition word additionally, and we're going to study this more in just a moment. It's an excellent transition word. So I like Lam's use of additionally, even though it wasn't Lam. He could have used furthermore or moreover, which are perfectly acceptable. You could say moreover, renewable energy sources such as wind, or furthermore, renewable energy sources such as wind. But furthermore and moreover are kind of basic writing for first-year university students. If Ellis and Tom and Elvin, if you guys use these in your papers for primary and secondary school, that's really good. But by the time you get to college, you should start using additionally. It just sounds very good in academic writing, right? All right, it has a faster pace to it, is what I said. Okay, now we need another student to read. Let's see. We have, let's see. Kevin, would you like to read this? This is kind of has 3 or 4 different languages in it. I wrote it just for fun because I love languages. So would you like to read this one, Kevin?
Okay, let I try.
Okay.
Nuance. See, wait, jump it.
Great.
Okay. Weak signals for any carriers varieties are often used reverse nuance because it is the best way to correct more characteristics that has some power to them when used correctly in writing. Nuance, subtype, nuancer. So I'm so sorry, I can
Oh,
see
it's
it
a
with
nuance.
Chinese.
Oh, the
Nuance.
Chinese.
Shui
Tom.
Xie. My younger students often surprise me with Chinese translation into chat because they are studying Chinese and they enjoy sharing their knowledge of that language. It seems like a fun thing to me.
Yeah, I don't mind. That's very good. Tom, did you put Chinese in the chat, or was that another student named Henry from British Columbia, Canada? Always puts Chinese.
See, where's that be at?
Yeah, nice, nice, nice. You did it. Nice
I'm
work.
not reading Chinese.
Well, that's pretty good. It sounds pretty good to me. All right. And that French word is that French word is nuancer. Nuancer. I'm not sure. We'll have to check. Yeah. All right. All right, Tom, can you read this here for me?
At the end of every class, I made both a PDF and a Microsoft Word file for all of you that is uploaded to Zello. In the uploaded files I like to include the standard table that you can use as reference to help you with homework. Here's one such reference resource for transition words and how to and why and how to use the and why and how and why and
Yes, we get the point, Mr. Tom. All right. Oh, such a funny boy. So let me give you this to read here. Let's see. I'm trying to find a student who maybe wants a chance to read more. Vi, would you like to try these, because these are the super academic ones that we'll focus on for lecturing especially.
Yes, okay. In academic writing, transition work have improved the flow of ideas and make connection between different points. Here are categories of transition words along with example. 1. Addition, continuation. There's transition as information or continue an idea. Example, moreover, furthermore, additionally, in addition, also, not only that, beside notice, not only that it's a little long and it has somewhat casual nuance. Example sentence, in addition to improving mental health, exercise contributes to better physical well-being. Second, contrast, opposition. This transition highlight difference or show contrast. Examples, however, on the other hand, nevertheless. In contrast, conversely, although despite yet. Example sentence. The experiment showed promising results. However, further research is needed to confirm its validity.
Yeah, nice. And that's really good for the social sciences or research. The experiment showed promising results. However, further research is needed to confirm its validity. That statement is used in conclusions on research papers. It's a really powerful one to use by all means. Pham, are you here today? A student, Pham, is only a secondary student. She used this despite really well. I was really happy to see that. Pham, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
You used despite in your work. I was really happy with that. Thank you for that. You started the clause with despite blah, 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 comma, and then you finished it. So that's really, the word I like to use is skillful, very high skills, Pham. Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then you see also, however, we've talked about that a lot. The only one that I see is, on the other hand, for some reason, the students in Vietnam always write this in the other hand. They're actually thinking like it's in your hand. So many students make this mistake. They write in the other hand. It's kind of a cute mistake for primary and even some secondary students. But you guys really try to learn on the other hand. It's better for presentation to use on the other hand. In formal academic writing, it's a little casual. It's not a mistake. It's just a little casual, I think, to write on the other hand, when you could write in contrast. In contrast is more formal, but it sounds more powerful in academic writing, everybody. So if you want to be a genius, use in contrast, right? I really like in contrast. So you're talking about a research study A versus research study B. You say, in contrast, research study B showed that people become more obese when they play computer games as children, something like that. Okay. Let's go to cause and effect. Let's go back to Miss Ellis. Can you read the cause and effect here?
Cause and effect. These transitions indicates relationship between reasons and results. Mr. Brandon, I need to go to the toilet, so
Okay, Alice. That's fine, Alice. Thank you for telling me. It's very cute. All right. Uyen, would you like to take over for cause and effect, which you guys know very well? You told me all about cause and effect in the spring writing course. You know cause and effect well. So Uyen, would you like to read it? Is Uyen here? We see Uyen. Uyen, are you there? We see him.
Yes,
All right. Uyen, would you like to try it?
yes.
Okay.
Cause and effect. These transitions indicate relationships between reason and research. Example, therefore, consequently, as a research, thus, because for this reason. Example, sentence, the company increased its marketing efforts as a result, sales rose significantly. These transition words are very important for academic writing when research are being discussed in your writing.
Yeah, so if I could tell you like what's really important for today are these cause and effect words are really, really important for you to learn. Therefore, consequently, as a result, thus, because, for this reason, they all have the same speaking tone, by the way. And so they're also excellent for presentation words at a conference, because when you say these words, it clearly shows you are summarizing things or transitioning to things or concluding a point that's being made. So these, I think, are number 3 are essential for your writing, really important. Okay. Let's go to Vi. Would you like to try number 5, Vi? It's number 4. It's kind of long.
Yes. Clarification, restatement. This transition clarify or restate ideas for emphasize. Example, in another word. That is to say, namely, in fact, to put it another way. Example sentence. She struggled with understanding the theory. In other words, he found the concept too abstract. Of all the examples I like to use, namely most, I find the other transition words to be a little too casual, long. Oftentimes in writings, concise or short words have a greater impact and serve workspaces.
Yeah. So if you and Kevin have to publish something and they say you have to keep the limit at 10,000 words, using one word namely is a great way to go under the budget. And, you get to 9,999 words. That's a great way. Namely, I love namely. I used it so much in my research papers. The other ones, again, sound like presentation words. In other words, that is to say, in fact, to put it another way, these would be accompanied by gestures for public speaking. You would say, in other words, or that is to say, in fact, to put it another way, they're more for presentation English. If you put it in your writing, it's okay, but I don't think it has the same impact as namely is very short. Okay. Although I do notice that if there's a very high level lecturer who's kind of famous, they go to the casual style for their YouTube lectures and their writing because they're so powerful that they feel they're at a level where they can casually speak to people and reach a wider audience. And this is always interesting to see. Sometimes I'm reading a really famous lecturer and I think, oh my goodness, he used to put it another way, or that is to say, and I think, well, okay, he's comfortable using a sort of casual style. Okay, and let's go to Mr. Elvin. Elvin, can you read number 5, the examples and illustrations here?
Examples, illustration. These transitions provide examples to support ideas. Example for example. For instance, to illustrate, such as in particular, example sentence, several animals are known to exhibit intelligence. For example, dolphins have observed using tools. Both example, illustration, phrase are extremely important, and I encourage you all to use them as often as you possibly can.
Yeah, these ones are also really important. So, for example, for instance, to illustrate, such as, in particular. So I noticed in your test, many of you use such as, and that's really good to use. And for example, Tom, do you feel comfortable using these example illustration words? Mr. Nya Trong. Yes, just gives us the okay. Yes, I think it's yes, okay, double thumbs. It's okay to use these to illustrate. Tom, I've never heard you use to illustrate, but I have you seen, for example, in particular, you have used in your writing, and such as. So, Tom, your personal goal is to use to illustrate would be a fine expression for you to learn. What do you think? Okay, all right, I'm going to look for it in your homework, Tom. All right. When Brendan teacher becomes strict, I want to see it in your homework, Tom. Okay, last one, comparison, similarity, and I want to choose a new person who hasn't had a chance to speak yet. Let's see, Uyen Vai, Tao, Ruyoko. Hey, Ruyoko, are you there still?
Yes, I'm still here, teacher.
Wonderful. Can you read conclusion summary for transition words?
Okay, conclusion summary. These transitions signal the conclusion or summary of ideas. Examples in conclusions, to sum up, in summary, overall, finally, in brief. Example sentence. In conclusion, the study provides strong evidence supporting the effectiveness of the new treatment.
Nice. Ryoko, you did a great job. Can you read comparison similarity?
Of course, teacher. Comparison slash similarity. These transitions show similarities between ideas. Example, similarly, likewise, in the same way, correspondingly, equally. Example sentence. The results from both studies were remarkably similar. Likewise, the methods where they employed were nearly identical. In the same way, it's a little simplistic for academic writing. It is good for a presentation or conversational English, but a little too casual for academic writing.
Yeah, nice, Ryoko. Excellent reading, by the way. Really clear and nice emphasis. All right, yeah, I don't really like this in the same way. In Japan, I hear it a lot. It's just a little bit too simple. You know, it's something that a primary student would say. In the same way, you know, some dogs do this, some cats do that, right? I don't really like it too much, but that's just kind of my opinion, right? Let's finish with Lam. Lam, can you read the time sequence?
Okay. These transitions show a progression or chronological sequence. Examples: first, next, then, finally, subsequently, meanwhile, earlier, later. Example sentence: first, The data were collected. Then they were analyzed by statistical software. This particular set of time or sequence words are also essential to use in academic writing. They usually start paragraphs of varying lengths. These transitions will help guide readers through an academic argument or paper by making connections between ideas clear.
Yeah. And so many of you showed a strong ability to do this in your sample test entrance thing. Did a great job. My advice is just try to learn some new ones. And of course, I'm going to make a PDF file and a Microsoft Word file. So you can always keep this to take a look at. Okay, so I covered the main points, transition words. The conjunctions were a little easier, and, but, or so. They're not very long, but we'll review them next week. That would be fine. Let me see, we have about 15 minutes left in class. Would you like to ask me free questions now? Because I don't want to lecture the whole time. By all means, ask me a question. Any subject, any topic is okay. Alice, go ahead, ask please.
Can you paste this on Zalo?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Ellis, definitely. I'm going to put it in Zalo because it's so important. All these transition words. Yeah. And then always use it, you know, for your secondary school, because Ellis, you're 11 years old. Next year, you will go to secondary.
No, this year I got to secondary.
Oh, you're in secondary already at age 11. Very good, Ellis. So yeah, definitely keep this because it will help you all year long for the rest of your school life, really. Thanks, Alice. Mr. Tom, ask me a question, please. What is Tom doing? Tom, are you there?
Hello.
Tom, ask me a question. You're a curious young man.
Yep.
Ask me a question. Any topic is okay, or about transition words.
I'm sorry, I'm out of ideas to ask.
All right. Well, let me ask you, sometimes you use an Indian accent when you read. When did you first start using an Indian accent in your speaking?
Idiom.
Indian style, Indian English from India. You can do a voice that sounds like an Indian person. When did you learn that? Was it from TV or going to an Indian restaurant?
In English?
Yes, you sometimes read and use an Indian accent.
Oh, I just watched some Indians. No, I was just watching some YouTube and I see some Indians speaking English, so I just follow them and yeah, like that.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. Some students from Singapore can do that because there are many Indian people in Singapore. So I thought, Tom, maybe you lived in Singapore. All right.
But all I did when I play with my friend is just all I say when I play a game with my friend is English or Spanish.
Oh, very good, Tom. Very good. Okay.
And my friend says English, so I say whoever moves first is, yeah, you guess it, yay.
All right. I think you're very good with languages, Tom. You learn them very fast.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice. You're welcome. All right, Vi, would you like to ask me a question? Vi, were you in the American English speaking class last spring? I think I remember Vi. Or was it business English, Vi?
Yeah. I'm great to try this class but there's some concern that I cannot follow because some people I think that they so young people but they so good at English and I concern that it's difficult for me.
See if you can listen to the YouTube live feed. I think all these lessons are recorded, Vi. And it's a great way to learn is from younger people. I learn Japanese from children sometimes, listening to their conversations because they say such interesting things. They're so curious about everything that they're good to learn from the young people.
Yeah, that's great. Right. Yeah. I will try my best to follow all of them. Yes. Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. So, Alvin, do you hear that? And Tom, you guys go to international schools, private schools. You must help Vi and the adults learn the really good phrases. Okay, that's your commitment to the older generation. All right, Alvin is smiling. Would you like to do that, Alvin?
Yeah, I would like.
Alvin, tell me about your school. Is it private or public or international school?
It's public, and
Great school, Alvin.
I kind of love and kind of hate it.
Oh, you hate it? I didn't know that. Okay, why do you hate it, Alvin?
I hate it because some of my friends is so toxic and
Ooh.
they were talking all around the socials, media. The only thing I love at my school is that the teachers is good, the quality of each teacher and education is kind of good.
Okay. Do you have foreign teachers from Britain or England or America?
No.
Oh, you don't? Your accent is excellent, Alvin. Alvin, you use this word toxic. So there's a good one for Vi to learn. When you describe toxic people, they're too negative. Their behavior is not so good. They're often angry or say bad things. So Alvin used the word toxic. He said, some of these classmates are toxic, Teacher Brendan. Alvin, when you describe these classmates as toxic, what things do they do that you find really disturbing or not good?
They use like words like I don't know how to say it.
Bad words?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they in Vietnamese or English?
Vietnamese.
Okay. And do the teachers hear these words?
A lot of time teachers were talking about this, but it would never be solved.
Okay. Oh, the problem never gets solved. Yeah. See, now that's interesting because our student from Singapore, Vince, also said the problems sometimes don't get solved, and that's an academic problem. It's kind of an education problem. Elvin, very good point. I think it's interesting. Kevin, did you follow this conversation where Elvin is talking about some problems at school the teachers can't possibly solve? What's your response to that, Kevin?
I think it depends on the as the teacher as it is. There's some to be some teachers they don't have the good methodology, so they don't have skill for the encourage students. They just use some the toxic words to the student. It make them feel the negative attitude.
So I put that in the chat, the education policy implementation problems. The teachers just can't solve some of these problems, I guess. Let me see, what is the word? The expression is, do you know this one, Kevin and Vi? It's is conflict resolution. Do you know that one, conflict resolution, where the teachers want the students to solve their problems if they're having socialization problems at school?
So I have no idea about this because then it's either hard or wedges.
That's a big topic in America. It's called conflict resolution. And they actually have, seminars where they discuss it for a day. A professional speaker comes. Some of the schools in America can become really violent. And so they have to really seriously talk about conflict resolution. How can the students solve their own problems without shouting or using violence? And this has become a big topic in many schools around the world, actually, because the violence is getting worse in schools around the world. All right. How about Uyen? What do you think, Uyen, with her mysterious eyes in a movie theater? That's a pretty cool graphic, Uyen. Uyen, what do you think of your secondary school? Can you give us your impression?
I think my school is funny because the teacher was friendly, were friendly and kind, and they always help me when I feel difficult in homework or exercise.
Now, Uyan, this is interesting because we talked about this in the debate class this morning. Do smaller class sizes mean you have greater access to the teacher so you can ask difficult questions? So when you go home to do the homework, it's not so difficult. Do you think that's true?
Yes,
How many students are in your classes, Uyan?
about 14 or 40.
40. It's a pretty big size class for American standards. American classes for secondary are usually 25 students. And today we learned that in Finland, Finland is a high education country. There are maybe 10 students. And so the students, Elvin, you remember we talked about Finland today. Finland
Yes.
has some of the best, Vietnam has some of the best math students in the world. They win tournaments, but Finland also does really well in math. So we looked at pictures of Finland and there are only like 10 kids in the classroom. So they can go much slower and really learn the math ideas. So yeah, it was good. Thanks, Vi, for your comment. Great. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like a dream for a teacher if you had just 10 students in a lecture. I remember in Japan, I had a writing course where there were only 12 young ladies. And they actually did improve a lot because I could see their mistakes and help them in class for 90 minutes. We could really take care of some problems, and they did become much better writers. But in a class of 30 students, that gets much more difficult to do. Vi, when you're lecturing, how many students are in your lecture halls? Is it like?
Yeah. So sorry, can you repeat your question?
Sure. So in college levels, like in your lectures, because you said you are a lecturer?
No, I'm not lecturer, I'm banker.
Oh, banker. I'm sorry, Vi. I thought you said lecturer. Kevin, I think, is the lecturer. Kevin, are you a lecturer? Who's the lecturer?
It is in as my school, it depends to the class. Some class are from the 25 students to the 300 students.
Okay. Some said I'm a lecturer too. Who is the other lecturer?
I am. They're from Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay, who is
Can you
that?
hear me?
Yeah, I see the microphone.
Can you hear
Hey, Lei, you are the lecturer. I'm sorry, Lei.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many in your lecture halls?
It's actually based on the subject of the course. Maybe we have over 100 students in class. It's large class, and maybe we have just 25 or 30 students in class with a major class for the third and the fourth year students.
Okay.
But on the first and the second year student, we may have a class with large size, over 100 students.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, the introductory general subject lectures are over 100. In Japan, it's about 60. I think they keep it at 60 students total. Yeah. But in the large lecture hall, sometimes the students don't pay attention much. They're looking at each other's notebooks and they should be focusing on the lecture, but they're not really. Those are the subjects that are called general subjects. So they don't take them real seriously. Are the introductory subjects, Lei, serious? They must pass them?
Yeah, yes, they have to pass them.
So would you say the students are quite serious?
Just some students are serious, but some is not. But they learn at home.
Okay.
They have to learn at home. I think so.
Do the learning at home, do they use Zoom or do they do online stuff or homework?
No, they just learn by themselves on the references.
Oh, okay.
On the textbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do they submit the work then for a professional evaluator?
We have midterm exam and term exam for introductory subject. So they had to pass midterm and end term for the subject. Maybe with the general class, the general subject, we don't have homework or assignment because the law choice of the class is difficult for professional to mark their work. So generally we have midterm exam and end term exam.
Okay, end term. I'm sorry, I put entrance, end term exams. Okay.
Yeah, end term.
And then by these two tests, you can tell if they are really learning the subject.
Midterm and end term.
Yeah, midterm
exam.
and end term. Okay. Some schools are like that in America. One school I went to did that also, midterm and end term. Yeah. Okay. Oh, a student named Rick joined us. Rick Dewey. Rick, how are you? I have to say hello. I'm trying to say hello to as many students as I can today. Rick, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Glad
Rick,
to see you.
Good to see you. How are you today?
Fine. This is the first time I join a class like this. Okay. But it's a pity that's only last 1 hour.
Yeah, we used to go to 90 minutes, but with the younger students, that was difficult to do because they have homework to do and they have to get ready for school tomorrow on Monday. So we had to shorten it to 1 hour, but we can talk a little overtime if that's okay with everybody.
Yes, it's better to have extra talks over time because you see here we have 5 people, I think 5 to 6 people who are 30s or over 40s. So I think the approach of the class should be a little changed.
Yeah, I know. There should be like an adult section and then the teenager section. But I will say the teenagers are pretty well behaved. I mean, they're talkative, but they're pretty well behaved.
They are active, and I see they are confident.
Yes.
Yes.
Rick and Vi and Kevin, have you noticed the younger generation of Vietnamese who are 20 years, 25 years younger than you actually have these amazing American and British accents to their speaking for the most part? It's because, I don't know, they just have this exposure to English that I'm still trying to understand as a teacher in Japan. Some of these students sound like they're fluent. Tom and Elvin and Alice, you guys speak amazing. Tintin lives in Germany, so he's fluent that way. We also have students who come from Australia and Singapore, so they also speak fluent English, and Canada. But it's good to go a little bit slower. If they go at a fast, fluent pace, sometimes it's difficult for the older students to catch what they are saying. So I often repeat what the younger students say. Several times I do that. Okay. So Rick, what's your background? Are you a lecturer or a business person or a doctor?
I'm a business person.
Okay, so Vi is a banker. What is your style of business, Rick?
Relate to finance and accounting.
Oh, finance and accounting. Very good. Very good. I'm glad to hear that. Most of my proofreading is for lawyers, legal. Yeah. I used to do medical in Japan, but I switched to law. It was a good challenge for me for my master's degree, which is in international relations. So it was a good change. All right. Very good, Rick. I hope we can give you some good things to develop your writing. You promise?
Yes,
Okay. And Trong Min, who is in Ho Chi Minh City, are you here, Trong? Hello, Trong. Are you there?
Hello, Mr.
Hello. How are you, Trong?
I'm great. I'm a little bit late in the class, so.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Just join us and talk.
Hello to you.
We're just extending today so everyone can introduce themselves. And so do you use the name Min, your first name, or Trong is your first name?
My first name is Trang and Minh is my middle name. My full name is Nguyễn Ngọc Minh Trang in Vietnamese style.
Oh, do you use an English name?
This is my Vietnamese name, Minh Trang.
Minh
Trang
Trang.
is my first name.
Oh, Trang is your first name. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so, and it's pronounced Trang, like that, Trang.
Mm.
So, Trang, what do you do? What's your work?
I'm a teacher of Vietnamese in primary school.
Oh, very good. So you know these grammar school students well. So let me tell everyone, if you're a grammar or primary school, Trang is a primary school teacher, so you guys better behave well, okay? That's my advice to that. Or she'll give you some words to behave better. But the problem is, Trang, our students are so entertaining, sometimes I let them chat too much because they have interesting observations or things to say. All right. So, Trang, you're in Ho Chi Minh City. Is your school public or private?
I'm working at public school.
Okay,
my school is very big with more than 2,000 students.
2,000. Yeah, that was the size of my high school in America, but the primary schools were about 350 students. So the class sizes were smaller. Trang, we were discussing class sizes. If they're smaller, is it a better environment if the classes are below 30 students?
Mm-hmm.
Like class size?
In my class, there are 40 or 45 students in each class. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. The student is very young, so it's difficult for me to control them.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Trang, do you know how to use the strong teacher's voice, the loud teacher's voice?
But
yeah, I can't do that.
in the class, I always use the rule, right?
Yeah.
At the beginning of the class, I use the rule first. Yes.
So you have a quiet policy to keep them quiet, like when you enter them. Very good, very good. Classroom management. We can talk about that, right? All right. So usually I give homework, and so for today's homework, let me give you a simple one paragraph writing assignment. In the one paragraph writing assignment, can you tell me a little about your background, if you're a teacher, a business person, and why do you want to take academic writing? Tell me the reasons and we can discuss these. And I always leave comments in the homework. I check the homework all week long. So I'm always good about putting comments for you to think about in your writing. And if you if you make some grammar mistakes, I correct the grammar mistakes to help you in your writing. So today we talked about transition words. So for your homework, if you write one paragraph, can you use some transition words like however, or the other ones, furthermore, moreover, this kind of thing. If you can use the transition words that we studied tonight in your homework, and we'll scroll down to those. And I'm going to make a copy of this for the Zaulo. These words, furthermore, additionally, in addition. See if you can use these in one paragraph. Use 2 or 3 of these to talk about your background, what you do, and what you hope to get from the course, okay? So it's a one paragraph homework and writing just to start for tonight, okay? And you can put the homework in Zalo, upload it, and I promise I will try to check it as quickly as I can. Okay. Any questions, class? All right, Alice, question please.
How old are you?
How old am I? I'm 58 years old, Alice. Sometimes I feel like an old man. This is why I drink tea during the lesson, because as I told you, Trang, I have to also use my teacher's voice. And I damaged my teacher's voice working at very noisy Japanese and Taiwanese high schools. And this is why teaching you on Zoom is so pleasurable, because I can use just a regular voice, right? And so thank you. All right. Alice, great question. Thank you so much for that. All right. Any more questions? Okay, let's finish for tonight. I will try to say goodbye to as many of you. Thank you for coming, Kevin. It was a pleasure meeting you. Lei, thank you. Rick, nice to meet you.
Goodbye, teacher.
Bye-bye, Tom. Bye-bye, Alice. Elvin, take care. Kevin, goodbye. Lam, good night. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Good night. See you, Tao. Thank you for joining us. Lei, Min, Trang Min. Tintin, thanks for coming from Germany.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care, too. Hope you're better. Uyen, thank you so much. Bye, bye-bye.